No Limit Texas Hold'em is the Cadillac of poker.
You don't happen to have $8,000 on you?
Oh, no, we don't use money in heaven.
Comes in pretty handy down here, Bub.
Oh.
You just won $1 million!
You're making a run at it, aren't you? Rolling up a stake and going to Vegas.
Not only Friday night here, it's also the night before the big fight of the year, fight of the century, whatever you want to call it, Mayweather fight tomorrow night. So a lot of games, a lot of people in town. Probably going to be a really long night tonight. Whether it's casino hopping, staying here at Caesars for one long session, we'll see. So gonna hop in to the Caesars 1-2, in for 300, normal drill. Let's make some money. Still here at Caesars, still grinding it out. It is about almost 4 a.m. now, so right around 8 hours into the session. Told you it's going to likely be a long one because the game has been pretty good. However, for the last 7 hours and 55 minutes, my stack has been blah. Like, I really haven't played any big pots, really haven't gotten too many hands. I just haven't really played any big pots. I think maybe 1 or 2 over 100. And then all the ones I did play, I just lost. So yeah, it's been just been one of those nights where you're semi-card dead and not really making a lot of hands, and then the hands you do make, you're just losing the small pot. So end the game for 400, but still a really good game. So we start this hand 275 effective. I look down at pocket fives from under the gun at a limp. No, I opened at $10. And it folds around to the small blind who calls. Flop is pretty agreeable. Flop is 5-7 jack with 2 clubs. I don't have the club. So villain checks. Think this is a pretty decent board to c-bet. And so I c-bet 15. Villain calls. Okay. So turn is offsuit 7. So we boat up on the turn. And villain checks, we c-bet. I don't think I have to slice too large here with the flush draw out there and a couple of straight draws out there. With the 7 pairing, I don't think I have to charge too much, and I can just bet big on a lot of rivers. Hopefully if villain... So I only bet $25 here. Could have sized up, but I sized down on thinking of wanting to keep the villain in. So, and he calls. So river is an 8 of spades. So brings in a few straight draws, but not that many, I guess. Villain checks, so decided to go for a little bit of value here and wanting to size something that he hopes he can call. He's called every street fairly quickly, so size a pretty small value bet here, $40. Villain snap says all in for $225.
Yes! Yes!
I think I might have set a personal record for snap calling. And villain tables 4-6 for the rivered straight. So a little bit of cooler for him, but finally nice decent pot coming our way. No longer stuck 200. And yeah, so but as I'm talking to you, they're playing, so need to get back in the game. Wrapping up the session here at Caesars, about 5 a.m. Tables kept breaking, drunk people kept getting stacked and leaving. We're down to, I think, 3 tables left. We were short-handed. 2 regs at a 16 table. 2 other people had $50 stacks. Seemed like a decent time to go ahead and call it quits. So for the little over 8-hour session that we put in, end up with an incredible $27. In for 5, out 527. So not exactly the hourly I was hoping for, but sometimes that's how your sessions go, man. You focus on playing good poker, which I think I did really well for about 8 hours, and that's all really can you do. So headed home, almost there. Well, it is now Saturday, fight night. Went straight to bed, woke up around 2:30, it's 3:30 now, showered, changed, back to the strip we go. Long weekend of grinding for sure. Might even hop in 2-5.
They all know me as a small timer, but that's about to change.
Tonight, we'll just see how it goes. Of the weekend days to go ahead and play 2-5 seems like a pretty decent night to go for it. I do get free valet here, but I really don't trust anyone with my house. Would you? Well, I sat for an orbit, and we're leaving Caesars. 2-5 didn't really look all that good. There's one table with a lot of regs, and then one table with just a lot of old people, and then 1-3, either a lot of regs or just like a lot of like $50 stacks. So moving on to Bellagio. Viking, where are you going? I thought you said Bellagio. I am. Watch. Boom. Here we are, Bellagio. Now who showed me that jaywalk? Got on a wheelchair. How about that? Definitely way faster than going all the way around across the bridges. Way quicker. Slowly, one by one, vloggers have been picked off from filming here.
Happens to everyone. Time to time, everyone goes bust.
I get a ace-queen offsuit under the gun, so I opened to 20. The button calls and the small blind calls. So 3 ways to the flop here. Flop was pretty good. Ace 3-7 rainbow. So I check. The small blind checks. I decide to check for not really any apparent reason. The button bet's $35. So not folding, not raising here either. And so I go ahead and make the call. Turn isn't really a great card. It's offsuit 5, so checks all the way around. So I think a straight out of the best hand here. A lot of the time, the river is a 9, so the board isn't really that great for top pair, top kicker. I check, the small blind checks, I check, and the button puts out a bet of $125. So obviously, not feeling awesome to call it off in this spot. He had got caught bluffing a couple times, so I decide on a call. He bets 100, so I decide on a call. He shows pocket eights. It's but yeah, I played it pretty poorly. I think C-bet there is much better, and I don't face a large bet on the river, but ended up working out. So we're still here at Bellagio. It's about 1:30 in the AM. Been grinding quite a while. The whale at the table eventually punted off about a 4K stack, either with second pair, with flush draws, with almost blind once. It was pretty crazy. Fortunately, I couldn't catch a hand against him. But anyway, he got felted, did not rebuy. Game broke after that. It was a 4-ring game. Went down to 4 players, so it broke. So still plenty of 1-3 games going though. There's about 10 tables here still at 1:30 in the morning, so gonna hop in there, see if we can't do something there. It's in for 500, cashed out 805, so made some money there, and now we're back in 1-3. Just keep on grinding. Been here since 4:30 yesterday. So been here 16 hours with the break, dinner break and stuff I took. Put in just about a 15-hour session. Played 8 hours at the 2-5 game, and then put in 7 more hours at the 1-3 game. So I opened pocket eights under the gun to $10. At this point it was kind of a nittier table. $15 raises weren't really getting called, so opened to 10 here. The middle position player and the small blind call. So the flop is ace 7-5 with 2 spades. I have a 8 of spades. So I make a C-bet here of $15. Obviously I don't hold an ace, but I will have a lot of good ace-X in my range, and I have some good backdoor possibilities when called. So the middle position folds, and the small blind calls. The turn is a 6 of diamonds, so I pick up an open-ender to go with my pair of 8s. Seems like a perfect barrel card, so I bet 35 here, and the villain calls. The river is a 9 of hearts, so we may improve to straight on the river. He checks. Bet out a small value bet here of $50. I'm not sure of how many worse hands that can call me, and he mucks. So only other really handed notes: Jack 4 offsuit and the big blind. Where else? 4 limps to me. I check. The flop comes pretty good for us. Jack 6-4 rainbow. I check. An active rec player bets out 15. I call. Turns an ace. I check. He bets 22. I call. River's a deuce. I check. He bets 42. I call. He mucks. It was just a pretty active rec player that was that had been shown to overbet spots and just barrel off and really not care too much if he was bluffing or not. So just wanted to keep ranges wide there and just check call and you know, and have him build the pot for me, since I know if I raise, he's likely not calling. So that's how I just played that hand. Just let him put the money into the pot. Then a couple of few small hands, nothing really of note. Had kind of a funny hand. It's not really going over, but I think we're 5-handed at this point, and I had ace king against ace queen and ace 10 on like an ace 5 deuce 9 board. So that was cool. So that was a decent pot where we all had top pair, good kicker, and yeah. So some other just small pots played pretty well, I think, for the most part, and was just getting pretty tired at the end of it, and realized I wasn't really playing my best, so called it a night. In for 300, cashed out for 790. So profit of 795 according to my math, as someone else says. Good weekend, good day. Much better than the last session I put in. So definitely feels good to have a decent win here, and let's call that a vlog, man.